you doing? Trucker G here again.
And Mrs. G.
So you want to be a trucker. Get a lot of questions on Facebook, and a lot of people ask me, what company should I go with? What school should I go with? How do I go about getting into the industry? Those are questions I just don't really like to answer for you. And the reason why is because anybody that's answering those questions for you really ain't doing you no justice. I mean, 9 times out of 10, usually when they're telling you, hey, come on to this company, it's because they're trying to recruit you. They're trying to make bonus money on recruiting you. It's plain and simple. I don't care what company you go with. I really don't. What I'm going to tell you is reach out to me and let's go over your options. And I'm going to help you try to make an educated decision for yourself, because everybody wants something different out of trucking. But what I will suggest to you, if you're married, you got to be on the same page as your wife, right?
Oh, big time. It has to be something that, it's a decision you made between the two of you about becoming a trucker. Because without the support at home, it makes for a rough go.
Well, you're just not going to make it in the trucking industry unless your wife's on the same page as you. Because what's going to wind up happening is, if she's not on the same page as you to begin with, your marriage is going to suffer, and then you're going to get off the road just to try to save your marriage. At least that's what I would suggest to you, because family's first. It always is. So be on the same page as your family. Talk about it with your family. Let them know what they're in for. You're going to be away from home. But the pros of that, talk about the pros also. I know before I started trucking years ago, it was hard to make it. I mean, I was working not much above minimum wage, and that wasn't much back then. I won't say how much it was because I don't want to date myself. But yeah, we were barely making it. Once I started trucking, well, all the bills were paid and our lifestyle got better. We were able to get some of the things that we were never able to afford before. Yeah, we had to sacrifice me being home, but sometimes you have to sacrifice in life. That's for you and your family to decide. I can't decide that for you. I hear people say, well, being home's the most important thing. Yeah, you're right, but some of us live in places where local jobs around home just don't pay enough to pay the bills.
Yeah.
So you're home and you're arguing about bills that ain't paid. In the United States, the number one reason for divorce is finances. And, well, I don't have to worry about finances anymore. No, I do, but, I'm not rich. But the bills are paid. I'm not worried about how this month's bills are going to get paid. I'm just worried about whether Mrs. G paid them or not. No, I'm just kidding. Did you want to say something?
It's just, being the wife of a trucker is very difficult. Marriage in itself is hard work. But also, when you throw trucking into the mix, it makes it a lot harder too. So wives, they've got to make sure, wives, significant others, you've got to make sure that you, like you said, that you're on the same page as your partner. Because if not, things aren't going to work. And it's just going to be more headaches on both sides and more stress. And it's going to cause a big rift in your marriage.
Well, like you said, though, in the same sense, too, things will become easier,
Yeah.
Like I said, the bills getting paid.
So that relieves them.
Us guys, that's the first thing that we think of is bills, getting food put on that table. That's our stress. The wife is all about the family life. To an extent, that's how it is in our family, at least. Yeah. It's not every family. But those of you that aren't married, this is a great industry for a single person. If it was me and I had to do over again, and it was just me and the wife, we'd go out there and run together like we are now and just have a good time. If I was single by myself, shoot, I'd live in the truck.
Oh yeah, it'd be, the less expensive way to go.
Yeah, well, even if you do have a wife and no kids, living in the truck, getting rid of if you don't have a mortgage and you're renting, get rid of the house. Throw all the furniture and your belongings, whatever you want to keep, into a storage unit. Hit that truck, live out of that truck, and bank your money. Pay cash for that house. Pay cash for that car. All the stuff that you want. Pay cash. That's what's great about this industry. Once you get to that hard first or second year, you know, the money starts getting a whole lot better.
A lot more doors open
and you can bank it. You can bank that money and pay cash. Guys, I'm beating a dead horse, keep saying the same thing over and over again. Moral of the story is, don't listen to these guys trying to rope you into trucking and for their company.
Yeah.
You got to figure out what is right for you. I don't know how many times I can say it. All right, I'm gonna get off my soapbox here and we'll call it the end of this video. Hey, appreciate you watching.